What's up, everyone? This is Cyrus. This is another blog we're doing today. A lot of the time, I meet people, and when I meet them, I can't everybody knows that I do creative stuff, but no one knows what it is I actually do. And then, in Phoenix, typically, no one does creative stuff full time, so people think I have another job or into some illegal stuff or who knows? Who really knows? So I just wanted to make a video and show people kind of what it is that we do, how I do it, what I'm trying to do, etc. And yeah, and then also, I want to give you the opportunity to hit me up and learn about it because that's what I feel really does matter. So, um, a lot of people have want to show you their car collection or their house or whatever. What I want to do is actually show you guys our office. It's what we've put money into, etc. So, let's see here. This is Entrepreneur Magazine, entrepreneur.com. You check it out here in the bar. This is the URL. We actually recently won an award of getting our office featured in the magazine and on the website. So it's pretty cool to have our office, featured in such a big website. Definitely the place looks different. We redid the flag. We did a bunch of upgrades. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff that we have, just so you know that kind of experience it. So a lot of this music stuff you may not know about it or whatever, but whatever. Just want to show you guys. We have the Avalon. We have the Digi 003 rack. We have a full out, recording studio. We have a Newman U87 microphone over there. It's pretty crazy. Let me show you guys some cameras. It's our hallway. Pretty cool. It's AJ.
What's up?
Megan.
Hey.
So we have a Blackmagic cinema camera here. We have a 70. We have a whatever. We have another camera. We have a whole bunch of lenses. We all run off the Max stations. We got the big screen TVs everywhere. Let me show you the back. It's a lot. Oh yeah, we do have a second studio in here too. We got the Mikos and everything. We got a second studio. And then here in the back, we have a big old American flag or Arizona flag. Just kidding, because I care about Arizona so much. This is kind of gets us hyped. And then over here we have all the fashion equipment. So we could, this machine prints the transparencies. Then you could heat press and embroider clothes, all that stuff. Super messy, whatever. Get over it. We're working. We have a whole lot of little meetup groups back here. We got this TVs and everything. It's pretty intense. Definitely have close to $100,000 that we've put into equipment, stuff, all that, all the jazz. All right, so to answer the question, what do? I run a company. It's called Royal Epic LLC. That's the company that we first started doing concerts, started doing everything through. From that, we have other brands. One of them is Celebrity Bakery, right? So we pretty much do marketing for celebrities or people who want to become famous. So, if you see the people, you may know some of them. We've worked with people in some sort of capacity, whatever it may be. We've had, success here and there. It's up and down. and I'm going to tell you kind of some of the things that I've gone through to learn and grow as a business person. Um, and I want to, like I said earlier, give you the opportunity to do that with us if you would like. And for more consistency with our business, we make money online. We make money online by helping people do websites, hosting, and online marketing. So pretty much it's the same thing as this, but we just do it in a different fashion, a more boiled down fashion. So before I get into all of that sort of stuff, what I want to do is I want to tell you kind of the story of how we even got to this point that we're at right now. Um, I think it's important for people to know. Okay, so we did a Lil Wayne concert. I was 20. I was still playing football at NAU, and we did a Lil Wayne concert. Basically, a guy that I went to high school with, Jake Fredette. I owe him to this day, and I will owe him for the rest of my life. But he pretty much loaned us $300,000 to do an event. In hindsight, crazy, but we basically invested all of that into this show. It was the first time Lil Wayne came to Arizona. It was wild, It was such a great learning experience. At 20 years old, I was talking to managers and agents who, like, basically make what you experience happen, We were talking to Lil Wayne's management. We were in negotiations for other shows. We did all these sort of things that people kind of only really dream about. And it's just because we had the financial capability to do so. It wasn't my money at the time. And, I think, Jake moved and pretty much we didn't have a backer. So we had to go and like learn the hard way, of how to run the business and grow it from the ground up. And it's wild even thinking back at the time, like, oh man, your friend loaned you $300,000. You're so lucky. Let me tell you a funny story. Um, he loaned $300,000, right? It wasn't even like, at first we thought it was going to be 180,000. I think we paid Lil Wayne like 80 something $1,000, and then the concert, promotions, all whatever, it ended up being 180. Because we were young, dumb, naive, me specifically, uh, we get a phone call like a month before the show. Hey, Lil Wayne, he actually needs to fly a G5 jet. You're gonna have to pay 50 more thousand. Looking back at it, it's funny that I got played like that, but the reality is you don't know what you don't know, and I was new to the business. We ended up we paid another $50,000. It was crazy. We got played like that. But it's like, the things that you don't know, you can only learn by experience. Some things somebody can't teach you. You have to experience it. Not only that, it was 2 weeks before the show, 14 days. Our ticket count we're $250,000 into this thing at that point in time. And our ticket count was at $985. So can you imagine, your best friend loaning you $250,000, and then you 14 days before this is supposed to happen only sell $985? I literally could not sleep because I thought I was going to die. I thought I was a failure. I thought that, man, how could I be so wrong and let this guy down so bad? My best friend, like, football team, like super, this is my guy. I'm gonna like literally lose all the money. It was crazy. So I was like, yo, I'm not gonna sleep until I learned internet marketing the hard way. You know, obviously the one lucky thing that I did have was money to spend, and I knew everyone was online. That was like the crack of dawn at Facebook's success of where Facebook starts to get big. I spent so much money, um, like getting people to promote this stuff on Facebook because you couldn't even pay for ads back then. So I'd literally like run around Tucson, find people, log them in online, and be like, "Hey, I'll pay you $20." All this sort of stuff. Like I learned internet marketing so fast, you know, and it's crazy to look back on it on the show and like things worked out. You know, like I could literally write a book alone on figuring out how to contact people online, like, or die. you know, not that I would have died because somebody would have done something to me or whatever, but it was that serious, and that's how much like I took my word and like what it is that him giving that opportunity meant to me. And it was a crazy experience. Um, After the show, like I was saying, we were using other people's money to grow our business, and when he left, we pretty much didn't have someone to kind of to finance the shows. Being a promoter, a concert promoter, is not cheap. These artists cost, anybody who's worth something costs between $60,000 to $200,000 every single one of these events. So it was we were in a tough place at the time. We started dabbling with little shows, and like in the entertainment world, the littler the show, the more risky it is. It's actually safer to do a concert that costs more money than it is to do a show with less of a name. So it was at the time it was this is probably like a year after we did the show, and we were just kind of like wandering aimlessly around like some loser promoters, right? We did a Shop Boys, Party Like a Rock Star. This is a real story. So it was a $6,000 show. I put up 3,000, and then I had a partner who was putting up 3,000. As a promoter, you put things in contracts to protect yourself. So literally, it was like, okay, this is a 50-50 venture. We're gonna split the money both ways. If if we both lose money, you can't sue me. All right. We did the show. One of the Shop Boys didn't show up. Um, the venue we were supposed to perform at, somebody, I guess, like, unfortunately died the day before, and they canceled our venue location. We didn't have a venue. Um, whatever it may be in the concert business, that stuff happens sometimes. Uh, he ended up taking me to court, and the judge ruled that I owed him $1,500. And I was just like tripping, because it's like, yo, how can I invest the same amount of money as somebody else, us do the business together, us both lose our money, and then you take me to court and then I lose? It was just like, man, like, this is just wild. And at that point in time, I was like, I want to be on the artist side. I want to be on the side of the people that are getting paid, you know? And with the Lil Wayne show, we let this guy perform, Coy Graves, and he knew this guy named Bruce Johnson. And I would talk to Bruce every now and again on the phone. When you think of like music executives, like Ari Gold or whatever, he was like the dude across the phone. And like when you're coming up and you're trying to be an entrepreneur, a hustler, whatever way you want to call it, whatever vernacular you want to use, in my head, I'm like, yo, obviously I can tell through the phone, this guy's got it. He knows what I want to know, you know? And when that like the little small claim stuff came and it happened, it really like shook me, And I called up Bruce and I was like, hey man, I think this is about 2009. I called him and I was like, hey, whatever I need to do to get into the music business, uh, I'm gonna do it. Um, a little bit about Bruce. He's gotten 9 musicians like record deals. He has at the time he had a distribution deal with um, Warner Music. Uh, like he he all the stuff that people talk about doing. He does it. He did every day. He's the one making the calls and the moves and everything that you would want to know. So I was like, man, I'm gonna learn this. So my parents, basically emigrating here from another country, that's one thing that I really take from them. Like I am very, very willing to work hard and learn, be an apprentice to soak things up, to go back to the basics. So I would call this guy every single day and be like, what do I learn? What should I work on? What can I help you with? You need a proposal done? I do it. Whatever it may be, I did. And I called and I called and I called and I worked for free. And I think that that's a lot of things people don't really have these days. Is if you're talking to the person or people that can like help you, I worked for free. I never asked for money. And I would persistently hit this guy up who has the kids, who has family, who has everything, and try to seek that knowledge because I needed it. Because if I'm going to be in this entertainment game, how am I going to, like, not know how to navigate, you know? And one day he hit me up and was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be on tour." At the time he was with Jordan Sparks and Jesse McCartney, and he's gonna be like, he told me I'm gonna be in Las Vegas, um, and come out, you know. So I'm going out there. I'm thinking I'm gonna meet up, the we call him OWM, the old white man, and it's gonna be this total corporate experience or whatnot. But it was like a cool music guy, the traditional music guy, like late 30s, skinny black guy, whatever it may be. And I was like, whoa, man, this guy's kind of like me. And I met him. It was like what you would think it would be when you meet the people. I met him at the same exact time I met Jesse McCartney, and I was like, man, like, I was just like, man, I was like, I'm just so grateful that like my parents instilled in me like that hard work, that listening, that mentality to be an apprentice, and we from that day on, he let me work more on projects, and from there, like we really jumped in. I got a chance to develop this artist, Gabriel Morales. Um, you may not know him yet, but he is a very big deal. He's in a group called IM5. Um, they're basically the American, uh, what is it, One Direction. They're basically the American version of One Direction. So they tour internationally. They're managed by Perez Hilton. They're on Disney Channel. They're doing all that stuff. It's a massive group. It's a massive band. From the years of 2011 to 2012, I sat at the time this dude. Oh shoot! I need to follow them back, huh? At the time, this kid Gabe in the middle, he was like 13 years old or 14 years old. They're living in the apartment in LA, and we go up and we like meet him with his mom and like talk about all the stuff that we're gonna do. I pretty much spent that year in a room growing this kid's brand, um, from the ground up. Like getting like targeting the Justin Bieber fans and following them and talking to them and doing all of the little like dirty work necessary to get this kid where he wanted to go, because I was apprenticing underneath Bruce at the time. So literally after, it was 14, 16 months, he got a deal. He actually got a record deal. On my website, there's an actual case study that you can download and see what I did for this kid every single day over the course of a year. You cannot tell me I am not who I say that I am. You cannot tell me that I am not worth the money that we charge people. You know, when it comes to fame, you know, getting record deals, etc., that's stuff that people dream about. You know, if he's on tour, he's doing whatever, you know, I know that they're grateful for somebody like me that did the work that I did. So, like I said, you know, here's the stuff. You can go and download it yourself. You can see all the statistics from 2010 to 2011. So because we did that, and because I did that, and I was integral into his success, what I did is I started a brand called Celebrity Bakery. And that's kind of what we're pushing today. What it is, like I said, you know, if you want to go, there's all the screenshots and everything. It's on CyrusDeGono.com. So what we do here is we pretty much do marketing for celebrities. It's kind of focused on like building or creating more revenue streams. So we're not a big enough company to be like, oh yeah, we're working with 30 people on your project, whatever. But what we usually do is team up with these celebrities and create like a clothing brand. We'll team up with them and launch an app. We'll do things like that to create more revenue streams. So we work with people in the NFL now. We work with people on reality shows, etc. You know, you can hit us up. We can show you. We can let you know. It'd be stupid for me to tell you the names. But if you want to go to celebrity-bakery.com, I'll send you our entire client list. And, you know, you can check it out. But it'll be dumb to say it over the video because it's like, you know, I may not be able to use the video in a year if we stop working with them, whatever. You can go on our website. You can see the list of people, whatever it may be. Okay? So, like, it's, you know, just put it this way. When you're talking to people online, celebrities, most of them, they don't have the time to actually tweet you. You know? Usually it's somebody else. It's another company who's doing it. You know, and that's in essence what we do. We like do the posts and different things like that. So, to circle back to what I was saying, because I got this kid a deal and I did this stuff, one day we were in Las Vegas. No, we were in Phoenix. And a friend of mine who's a boxer out there was like, oh man, come out and, you know, work on this, you know, basically help me create a reality TV show. I want to pitch it to someone. And the contract was for $100,000 is what he got paid. And he hit us up and he was like, yo, Cyrus, come out here. Do you guys do this? I'll pay you $5,000. And we were out there and like, I don't think they were supposed to let us know, but we found out he got paid $100,000. And like, keep in mind, like, this dude is what, like maybe 1 year older than me. And I'm like, damn, this dude got paid $100,000 to do this? Man, you know, like, that's amazing. I didn't know that was possible. Then I like would think like, you know, first it's like you're kind of pissed because your friend got paid $100,000 and gave you $5,000, but I guess it's business. But also at the same time, it's a self-conscious thing because it's like, man, he's worth that. but not he's worth that. He's using our work and our portfolio to command those prices. And I was like, man, how much would I charge somebody? How much, if somebody wanted to work with me for a year, how much would I charge them? And I was like, man, like 65,000. I was like, no, 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 it's too expensive. Now it's like 35,000. I was like, nah, 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 like, cause you're self-conscious. The average American makes like 40,000 a year, and it's like, it's hard to believe that somebody would like get paid that. But like when I look at my history, like, yo, I spent 2, 3 years apprenticing underneath this guy. And then on top of that, I have the portfolio with Gabriel Morales. I got that kid a deal. I did the work. I know how much he's making on tour. And I got like next to nothing for doing all that work. I do have a great portfolio, but it's like, man, $100,000 in one check, that's possible? Just to me? And we ended up pitching the guy who gave him the money because he had his artist. We told him $65,000, but he eventually said no. But it was an amazing thing because in the meeting, he actually was like thinking about it, like, I don't know if I want to spend that much, blah 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 blah. Not one time did he say, oh, you're 24 years old, you're not worth $65,000. And like we're driving to LA from Vegas and we're in the car like freaking out like we were spooked by ghosts. Because when you're young, you think that like, yo, I'm not worthy of this money. But like, yo, the dude didn't say no. He didn't say no. So we're in the car like freaking out like, yo, we need to create a website. We're about to start charging everybody. Like, oh, it was like we saw the light. Like, yo, we're worth it. We are worth it. We're not like jokes, And it was like a first realization of like, yo, you have power in you, and it's time to get paid that. A lot of the time, the money we had from people or the knowledge, it was all borrowed or temporary or whatever. It was like that moment when, like, we truly felt empowered for myself and like on my own. So we create the website, and then a couple weeks later, we meet our guy Joe, and I tell him like, yeah, man, I do marketing for personalities, and we charge between $500 and $75,000. $500 and $75,000. That's like crazy range, right? But I said it, and he had a partner that was in his meeting. I was like, wow, 75,000, and he's like, I think that I know somebody who'd want to pay the 75,000. But like being in the concert game, everyone's a liar. Everyone's trying to just hustle or talk. So I'm like, all right, man, cool. Well, if that's what you want to do, like, let me know. Hit me up or whatever. And it was funny because like 3 days later, he texted me and it was like, yeah, like my friend wants to meet up with you again, whatever it may be. And it turns out that we actually did a deal with Chelsea Bain, and it was worth $75,000. And we went from making like at max $1, $2, $3,000 for ourselves to like getting paid close to six figures in one day. It was, of course, it was a week process and years of learning, but I say that to tell you that like all it was a decision, and it was a decision, and then I took action on my decision. I actually built the website. I actually made proposals. I created videos. I did things in anticipation of getting paid the amount of money that I believed. And I went and I saw what my competitors were doing, and I went and I said, if I look this way, I do have the proposal. I am who I say I am, and I believe it. And we were paid that. And shortly thereafter, we did another deal with our guys in Vegas for $150,000. So, like in the course of the beginning of the year, we pretty much went from like, local media guys charging a couple thousand to, okay, all of a sudden we're at a six-figure level company. And we're talking about, one, two people. You know, um, it was an amazing thing, you know. Um, but just because that happened and we had those lucky breaks, I would call them, it doesn't necessarily mean that, oh yeah, you win. It's like the you won the war, you know. Like that's not what it is. You take the money, you have to reinvest it into your business, you know? And when you're a salesman, you always have to go out and like sell again. So like, you will be surprised at how fast $100,000 goes out. $100,000 go out. We did this thing here, like you can see with Nipsey Hussle. He's a huge artist, you know. He was in our guy Chino's apartment, and like we paid Nipsey Hussle $8,000 for a verse on a song because we have our label, and he gave us a recycled verse. He gave us a verse he had on other songs. So no one told me, hey, Cyrus, you need to look out for when people give you recycled verses. We paid the dude the money. He's sitting in our apartment saying our company name, like laughing, like whatever. Hey, that's 1/10 of the money that we got. It's gone. It's gone. You know? Like, and yeah, you could sue them. You could go after them. That's gonna cost $30,000 or $40,000. Do I have time to sit and chase somebody for that when I'm trying to grow a business? You know, and like it's just wild the things that you learn over the time. You know, there's so many instances of just like learning experiences. They really never do stop. Um, you know, just even things about like saving. As a I'm gonna use race here, but as a black male, no one ever sits there and tells you, hey, you need to save 10% of your money. You need to do this. Like, yeah, you see it, you hear it, but the importance of things, it's rare, to meet somebody like doing it the right way. And when you don't have like a Harvard degree or whatever, you're economically ignorant. You don't know what you don't know. You didn't spend the time in the books, so you have to learn the hard way. And that's kind of what it's been, you know? Uh, and, I would still say, even to this point in time, like we're still learning, okay? So, like, for example, we have a company, you guys know iHeartMedia, they run the radio stations. So we just paid um, $3,100 and 65 whatever $3,200. Let's just round it up here. We paid $3,200 to run radio ads. Guess how many calls we've gotten from the radio ads? Zero. But you can't get mad as an entrepreneur. You can't say, as a business person, somebody who's trying to progress, you can't say, oh, I want my money back. Oh, like this is not fair. You can't say those things. You're paying for a service. The service was rendered. If it wasn't even right, it's your fault. So like you know, it's very humbling experience. And in the being in the entertainment industry, to go on a little bit of a rant, but 99% of situations do not work out. It's like getting married. You are doing business with people knowing more than likely it's not going to work out, and there's going to be hurt feelings. So it's like it's an intense thing to um you know be in the field that we're in, and like knowing that, hey, the more than likely, not even more than likely, it's pretty much a guaranteed thing that it's just not going to work out, and there's going to be some hard feelings. And as a salesman, it's tough when all of those sort of things um, are a part of what it is that you do. So, you know, because we're having those sort of struggles, it really it makes you think, and it also makes you become more resourceful. So, like I told you earlier, because of that concert, I had to learn internet marketing. Well, this whole time, I only got better at internet marketing because I became more and more resourceful with it. So, like, around 2012, 2013, I was like, man, let me start using this to try to make money online. And I actually started learning and figuring out ways to make money online. And that's actually what keeps us afloat. Because it's like, you don't, here in Arizona, we're not getting to sit in front of somebody and sell services at the high rate that we sell them all the time. You know, um, we are, what do you do if you're only making 1 to 2 sales per year? What do you do in the middle? And that's kind of what, like, internet marketing is starting to replace. You know, I know how to make money online, and what I've realized is, if I share that with other people, and if I help other people achieve their goals, that it actually makes it easier for me. You know, if you go on our site, there's a lot of information here that you could use and apply to help yourself advance. But what it is that we're going to do, and why I'm talking to you and telling you the story that I'm telling you today, is because we actually want to um, give you an opportunity to hit me up, and I will show you how to make $2,000 to $4,000 a month online within the next 120 days. If you are um, not a person that doesn't like hard work, if you don't like rejection, if you are not somebody who is a powerful person or doesn't have belief in yourself, this like really isn't for you, because a lot of people are going to tell you no. And the other thing that I would say that I even had to struggle with is, like, if you don't like helping people, um, this isn't for you as well. And when people hear the term helping people, it's like a really confusing thing, because when you think of the term helping people, you think of like, oh, this person is hurt, let me pick them up, or whatever it may be. Sometimes helping someone is saying, hey, you're doing this wrong. I see you're doing it wrong. And you have to use your words to convince them, to show them they need to do it a different way. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. Sometimes you need to speak your way into helping someone. People can do things a better way if they're shown how. So, like, that's something that I really had to come to grips with, and it really is a tough thing sometimes, because it's like, hey, if you do this, you can make money online. And you're probably saying, like, ah, whatever. Whatever, scam, ah. And it's just like, no, you're an idiot. Like, if you realize no one else in Phoenix has an office. Let me say that again, all right? Nobody else in Phoenix, very, very, very few companies. I'm going to say I know of 3 or 4 other people who actually have an office who do a creative business in Phoenix. And then, do they have stuff in them? How many people in Phoenix do you know who can tell you the story and have the website where all this stuff is here where that you can see it? I mean, you really take a second and think about what I just said. Like, we make money online for real and it pays our bills. It makes it easy for us to do what we want because we all know that the music business or the creative industry in this city, and I'm sure it is for you in the city that you're in, is not booming. People don't understand how to maneuver it because there's no book, there's no guideline, there's no nothing. As the world is progressing, your skill online and your ability to monetize online is only becoming more and more and more important. If you don't have the ability to do something, to offer a service or a product online, like, you're going to be paid even less. So in America, it's like totally, like, the middle class is becoming super poor and the rich are just getting richer. So it's like you have to develop the skill of, like, being able to do something online that's going to benefit you. And what I've honestly experienced is that if I help people, if I show them these little tricks that I know, they can really make money online. It's really that easy, you know? And the more people that I help, the more money that I will make. So it's only going to help me achieve my goals of doing this music thing, growing my creative business, doing the stuff that I really want to do. You know, cuz I've tried to run around and, like, basically do the entrepreneur pillage, take the money sort of thing. Like, it's not just about that, you know? In all the stories and stuff that I told, somebody helped me. Somebody gave me an opportunity. Yes, I had to have the hard work, I had to be humble. Those things are very important, but somebody helped me. And when I realized that, I was like, oh man, if I can help other people make it happen, make their dreams come true, it's only going to make me more money, which is going to put me in more situations for people who are willing to pay me my rates, my exorbitantly high rates, because I don't want to have clients if they're not paying me 15, 20,000 plus. I don't want to. I'd rather do the online marketing thing. So that is, in essence, to answer the question, what it is that I do. I do online marketing. And then for people that I deem worthy, or people who are trying to get to a specific level and they're willing to pay, I do Celebrity Bakery. I do the stuff. Some clients that we have is Greg Toller. He plays for the Indianapolis Colts. I wasn't supposed to tell the clients, but I guess I'll I guess I'll divulge some of it. Greg Toller is one. We work with Karen Gravano off Mob Wives. We work with a bunch of different people. A lot of these people that you see online. See, like, that's a Celebrity Bakery logo in the bottom right hand corner there. A lot of the people that you see online, these celebrities, like I said, they don't got time to talk to you. You know what they're doing. You know, Drake says it's best. You know, going online's not part of my day. You know, so um, some company like ours getting paid $50,000 a year to talk to you. You know, or whatever it may be. So, what I would say to you is like, be hungry to learn, and you know, just because you try doesn't mean you're gonna win, but you have to keep on trying. Millionaires are made off like their 17th idea, is what Forbes said. So if you want to learn how to make money online, like I said, if you want to make $2,000 to $3,000 extra a month, hit me up. I'm gonna put my phone number here. Talk to me, and I'll show it to you step by step what it is that we do to make money online for the internet marketing part. No BS, and the choice will be yours. You're gonna either put in the work or you're not. It's pretty straightforward, you know, and whether or not you do it or not, like, that's kind of on you. But I'm here to talk, and it was good talking. So hit me up, cybersecondary.com. Talk to you.